was an idea. Stark knows this. Called the Avengers Initiative. The idea was to bring together a group of remarkable people, see if they could become something more. See if they could work together when we needed them to fight the battles that we never could.
You're listening to I Have Given My Answer with Liz Gillum of E616 Consulting. If you're ready to take part in the conversations that give Black women the comfort, the community, and the confidence to live our lives freely, recognize our true worth, and embrace softness, and I know you are, then you are in the right place. I am your host, and you can join me each week as we talk honestly and authentically, freely and in our own words. There is no one here to disappoint, no one here to judge, just Black women supporting other Black women. If you are ready for that community, then step into the right place. Happy New Year. I am so glad to be here in 2024 with you all. And I'm so thankful for a few reasons. Number one, I'm grateful that you are still here rocking with me. We've been doing this for almost a year. February of last year was our first episode. And it's so fitting for what we're going to talk about today. And it's so fitting for how this is all going to work out, because a little over a year ago, this was just an idea. There was an idea, and it's here, and we're here, and we're a year later, and I've learned, and things have worked, and some things haven't, and you all are still here. And so thank you so much for that. It really means the world to me that you're still here. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Because you all don't want to hear everything that I'm going through and everything I'm going over, but we start the new year with resolutions and goals and things that we want to change and things that we want to learn and do and say and ways we want to be. And some people believe in it and some people don't, right? I think it's important to understand the birth of an idea and what it means as it grows. And so we're going to talk about that today. We are really going to get into that. I'm excited to share this with you. It's a very personal episode to me. I have my notes, as I always do, but I'm not even sure how many of those I'm going to need. So let's get into it. So Nick Fury, everybody knows he is the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by Sam Jackson. If you don't know much about the MCU, you know you've seen Nick Fury with an eye patch. Okay, you've seen Samuel L. Jackson with an eye patch. In the first Avengers movie, the one in 2012, he gets the whole team together after a huge blow up and a huge loss. And he says there was an idea. And you heard it earlier in this episode, and it's one of my favorite speeches in all of the MCU. Because it comes after Nick has not only admitted that he fucked up in a major way by lying to the group about why he brought them together, but it shows that he did, in fact, start this with an idea. They're not just a group of misfits that came together by happenstance like the Guardians of the Galaxy. He had an idea and he took his time to work on it. We make resolutions and we have goals and ideas that we work through, and there's a reason for that. Because if you start with an idea before the danger comes, you stand a better chance of being prepared for whatever it is. You feel me? Is it finances? Is it health? Is it school? Is it employment? Whatever it is, if you start making your plan before you need it, you stand a better chance of being prepared. And that's what it is. Like, Nick Fury started this plan in the 90s. And then in 2012 is when the Avengers, when he finally brought them together. By having an idea, he was able to say, this is what we need. I think this is how we're going to do it, but let's actually get started on a plan. So jumping right into it, here are 3 things that Nick Fury's plan for the Avengers can teach us, for the Avengers initiative, rather. Number 1, you got to have an idea. You have to have an idea. Notice I didn't say a plan. Okay, ideas and plans are not the same thing. You got to have an idea. Here's the difference. The idea precedes the plan. So the idea is where you start. The idea is the concept or the thought, and it may or may not be fully formed. And that's cool, right? That's okay. You got to start somewhere. Think about if you're going on a trip. Before you can pop an address into the GPS, you got to at least know you want to take a trip, right? You have to at least know it would be cool if we traveled next week, next month, tomorrow, in an hour. But you have to at least have the idea before you can fix your fingers to go to GPS and be like, tell me when to go. Tell me where to go. You have to have an idea. Ideas get us started. Look, it's the 2nd day of January. We're just getting started here. Okay? Think of your idea as the idea. The plan is the GPS route or the map quest, if you was there with me with the elder magic. The plan is the proposal, is the detailed proposal for your steps, but you have to start with an idea. Okay? Number 2, then you got to get a team. Nick started with his idea, he worked the plan, and then he got his team together. Listen, you got to get a team. I'm going to say it again. You got to get a team. I'm going to say it a 3rd time. You got to get a team. If you're trying to save the world, all you're going to do is exhaust yourself if you're doing it alone. You got to get a team. You're going to burn yourself out. If you're trying to eat right, get you somebody that's already doing it. Get you a trainer. Find you an influencer or somebody else who is legitimately doing the thing you want to do. One of the biggest things I learned in 2023 was that success leaves clues. Get you someone who's already there. If you're trying to leave a terrible relationship, find somebody on the outside who's been through it, who can be there for you when you get frustrated, right? If you're trying to really get things moving, find somebody who can be there and do it with you, okay? Your team can be a pair. Your team can be a trio. Your team can be a squad, okay? Teams don't have a set number. This isn't football. Get you a team, okay? Be like, hey, I noticed you got this health thing down. I'm really trying this year. Can you help me out or at least point me in the direction of some good resources? So often we think that we are a burden on people, that we shouldn't be asking for help, but you don't have to feel like that. You know, you think you can do these things, Nemo, but you just can't. You don't have to do it by yourself. Remember that, okay? Get you a team to help you execute the plan that started from your idea. And number 3, you have an idea, you have a plan, you got an idea of who you want on your team, then you need to start. Shoot your shot, get started. You may not have all of the answers, and your team may not either, but you gotta start. Nick Fury had the idea, he had the plan, he had the team, and that team came together and they were at each other's throats and they were frustrated. They ended up splintered across the globe. At one point, the shit was all weird. They were all over the place. But they came together when they realized they had a common goal. You gotta find you a team that is willing to work with you on your goal. And once you get that going, you gotta fucking start. Just start. Get moving. Don't worry about the people who were like, ew, get out the gym just because it's January. They started somewhere too, okay? You have to give yourself a chance to fall into a rhythm. You have to give yourself a chance to get moving. Start 5 minutes a day, 30 minutes a week. You have to just move, just do it. You're trying to learn a new language, learn 5 new words a week. Just start. You have to start. Ignore the people who are giving you shit. Ignore the people who are telling you it's not fleshed out enough to mean anything. Unless they're on your team. And then maybe you want to listen to them. Maybe you want to listen to them. You put them on your team. You want to know what they're saying. You want to listen to them. Okay. But I need you to start. Seriously, you have your idea that morphs into a plan. You got your dream team, and then you start. That is what Nick Fury did with the Avengers Initiative. And they won, and they lost, and they won, and they broke up. Things grow, things change, things evolve. It happens. But if you don't start, your idea is dead in the water. It's dead in the water. And what can you do with an idea that has drowned? You have to start. Don't let it just live in your head, because it doesn't serve anybody up there. It doesn't help you, and it doesn't help the people who need your magic. Start with an idea, get a plan, get a team, and get to it. Seriously, 20 years before we even met the Avengers as a team, Nick had that plan. Mans was working, lurking, looking in the background while they were out living their lives. And when the threat came, he knew exactly who to find and where to find each of them. Bruce Banner was out in Calcutta hiding, living way out, didn't want to be bothered with nobody. They found him. Cap was in the damn ice. And when he came out, Nick was like, boom, I need you on my team. He had his people. He knew where they were. Start with the idea. Get a plan. Get your resources up and get started. Get some help. It's okay. And then start. Just start. Okay? I love you all. I love you so much. Happy New Year. Now, let's get into it because it's January 2nd. And I noticed some of you all did not sign up for Mission Control January, which is already on and popping. We are already out here live. We're on day 2 today, but my Mission Control ladies have had 4 days of prep work. So they had 2 days of prep work and 2 days of Mission Control. Mission Control is rolling. It's 31 days of ideas, quests, journal prompts, and a community, me coming to your inbox, giving you things to do to elevate you this month into the next year. Is just $39. If you still want to sign up, you can join us over at missioncontrol.e616consulting.com. Registration for this month is going to close this Friday, because by that point you will have missed most of the month and you got to get on the train for next month. Okay. missioncontrol.e616consulting.com. Talk to you all real soon. Love you. Bye. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of I Have Given My Answer. This week's episode was produced by Oz Longworth Jr. of Longworth Media Solutions. We hope that you've been reminded that you are enough. Be sure to come back next week where we'll have another conversation to remind you just how wonderful you are. We here at E616 Consulting keep Black women grounded in love through community, comfort, and confidence. And we can't do that without you. We can't wait to hear how this episode touched you because we know it moved our souls. Sis, you are enough and we love you for it.